Hello and welcome to today's reading. Today we are going to look at what spiritual healing you need right now. And the reason we are doing this is because I have been going through this journal, Becoming the One, which I absolutely love. It's full of like journaling prompts, meditations, rituals for you to do to heal your relationship with yourself, and I have found it so useful. I love inner work, I love self-development, and that is what inspired this reading. So we're going to look very specifically at what healing you need right now to help you live your best, most enjoyable, yummy, juicy life. And we have two piles today. So the piles are quite stacked. I used every spiritual oracle deck that I have, as well as tarot cards. And to pick your pile, you're simply going to pick a stuffy. So for pile 1, you have Mr. Frog. Okay. He's a Valentine's Day frog. He's very cute. And then for pile 2, you have Cinder. Okay. He is a dragon. He's very ferocious. Yes, Cinder and Mr. Frog. So take a moment if you want to pick whichever stuffy is drawing your attention, your intuition the most at this time. And when you're ready, simply click on the timestamp in the description box to go to your reading, and I will see you there. Welcome, pile 1. If you picked the froggy, you're in the right place. So we're going to flip over all your cards on screen for you. So we're going to discover what the tarot has for you together. Let's just get started. Okay, so the work that you need is work on your foundation. Okay, for some of you, this may be a really good time to do like grounding practices, connecting to the earth. Right now, here in Vancouver, it is covered in snow, so this isn't necessarily the best time to go ground, but you can connect to trees, you can connect to nature. Really, it's the foundational aspects of who you are that need some healing. And I'm getting with this, you have been overworking yourself. Okay, you may be in a habit of people pleasing or kind of doing too much for other people, taking on too much and trying to win approval or love in that way, not realizing that you are loved and approved simply for who you are, not what you do for others. Okay? So with that being said, we'll look a little bit deeper about how you can do this healing, how you can heal the foundation. And it's also really relates in your ability to connect and be in community with others, to gain support and work together instead of trying to do everything yourself, trying to carry, all these heavy sticks on your own back. Okay, so if this is you, you will know from what I've just said. So it's time to kind of take the load off and look deeply at what your healing is going to be. These two cards, these are from the Blind Spot Oracle. Okay, so you have the positive and you have scarcity. So I'm going to show you these two cards while I talk about them. They are sigils if you haven't seen them before, which means they carry the energy of their message. So spending time with the sigil can actually help you to gain understanding of what it means. So this one here is the positives. So what you're not seeing currently is the positive, good, beautiful things of your situation, of your life, of the people around you. You may be so focused on the negative, or with scarcity over here, what you do not have, what you lack, what you're wanting and working towards, that you're not seeing what is around you. So this is your invitation today, by seeing this reading, to put down your work for a moment, put down this heavy load that you've been carrying, and take inventory of life's blessings. Okay, you can even spend a little bit of time with a journal or just by yourself, listing out loud some positive, beautiful things that are going on in your life. I highly recommend you physically write down a list and make it as long as you possibly can. And it can be as simple as, I woke up this morning, I'm alive. That's a beautiful blessing right there. I have water. I have access to shelter or warmth. Or if you're in a hot place, cold if you have it, if you have a fan or something. So it can be simple things like that. I have electricity. I have access to a computer or a phone to even view this reading on, right? Or it can be, bigger things. But often when we're stuck in these mindsets where we're focusing on what we don't have and we're not able to see the positives around us, when we're stuck there, it's hard to see the big things that are going right. It's hard to see the big blessings. So go start with the simple things, start with the redundant things, and really take inventory and write or say to yourself everything that is going well in your life. Just spend a few minutes on it, right? 5-10 minutes even. Just really making note of everything good right now, everything you have to be happy about. Maybe you've had a really good yummy meal today, or maybe there's something you're looking forward to this week, or if you're here in Vancouver, maybe you got a snow day and you got the day off work. Anything. Maybe you're loving a TV show you're watching or a video game you're playing. Anything. Write it down. Spend some time really feeling those positive things. That is the healing that you currently need. Okay, I'm going to save this next card for last because I do want to take advantage of the book as it's a new deck, and I feel like it'll have better information if we let ourselves see what the author intended for the card. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so you have the animal totem. This is so interesting because the last card you have, I'm going to show you right now because it's so big. I already know what it is. Okay, this is what you need to connect to. It's a non-physical entity, and because you pulled this card, I pulled some extra cards to see what kind of non-physical entity, and you got animal spirit. So you have multiple cards here suggesting that you need to connect to animal guides. Okay, you need to connect to, as well as your spirit guide. You can spend some time. It feels weird at first, but I highly recommend just saying out loud, like, spirit guides, help me with whatever problem you have in your life. Spirit guides, help me to heal my foundation. Help me to release these burdens that have been weighing me down for so long so I can really enjoy and soak in the positive, beautiful things that are around you, that are in your life. Speak out loud to them. Okay, if it feels silly, you can write a letter as well, but find a way to connect with these spirits so that you feel supported, so that you feel guided. So with the animal totem here, you literally have, it says, I connect to my guide if you don't speak French. I don't speak that much French, but I happen to know what that means, so woohoo. Okay, so find an animal that is really pulling at your awareness right now. Maybe there's an animal you've been seeing a lot in movies, TV shows, scrolling through social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If there's any animal that's coming up a lot, you're seeing a lot, pay attention, okay? Let that animal guide you. I also pulled some animal cards for you so we could get some specific ideas of what animal energies you could benefit from connecting to. So you have the dolphin spirit, okay? Dolphins are naturally thought of as really healing and playful energy, okay? If you've ever connected to the idea of Pleiadian star seeds or the word Pleiadian, dolphins are very connected to Pleiadian energy, all right? And with this card, what it's saying here is this and that are true. So this brings me back to your blind spot cards over here where you have scarcity, you have scarcity and you have the positive. We can both lack things and want more in our life while at the same time being blessed and full of positive things, right? Both can be true at the same time. And this is what the dolphin is here to show you, okay? And this is playful healing. This is not like dark, digging into your shadows and your traumas and, going to therapy and talking through all your past pain. This is playful, right? This is spending some time noticing the good, enjoying the good, right? This is light. This is connecting to animals, connecting to earth, okay? It's not really heavy. You've been under heavy energy for too long. I can really feel that from your pile. Okay? So this is what I'm seeing for you so far. Definitely connecting to an animal spirit, connecting to a spirit guide if you can. This can be learning about an animal. This can be, putting a picture of it in your space. If you have a little spiritual space or an altar, putting a picture of the animal there. This can be putting a picture of it on your phone as a screensaver. Finding a way to really tap in and consider its energy. Learning about it, watching videos on it, that can help as well. And then the other one you have is rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time, right? So you may not see it, but you are lucky. You are blessed. Good things are coming your way. The rabbit multiplies and reproduces like crazy, and that's the same with blessings in our life. The more that we can focus on seeing the good and we can build that as a habit, the more good we see. It multiplies like crazy. You are in the habit of seeing where you lack and, the things that you want that feel out of reach. And thus you continue to see those things. So focusing on your good and building that as a repeated habit is going to multiply the good you actually see, feel, and experience in your life. If you've ever heard of neuroplasticity, right? Scientists have studied our brains obviously in great detail, and we've shown that when you repeat a thought over and over again, it creates a pathway. And it's easier for your mind to follow a pathway that is already super deep, like a track in the snow or a trail in the forest, than it is to go onto new ground, right? So what you want to do is you want to spend a little bit of conscious time. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be your whole day, but just a little bit of conscious time building that new ground. For some of you, a gratitude journal may help, something like that, where you're just taking notes throughout the day of things that you're grateful for. It's similar to counting your blessings. For some reason, I like the idea of counting your blessings more than being grateful, because sometimes gratitude can have all these like strings underneath of like owing something or how deserving you are or worthy you are, whereas just looking at the things that are good in your life and being like, I like that, that's good, right? There's none of those undercurrents that you may have. So I highly recommend doing that just like each day. Okay, and like I said, you can connect to bunnies, you can connect to rabbits, you can connect to dolphins, or if there's an animal that's standing out for you right now. I did use an oracle deck, so it doesn't involve every animal in the world. So if there's an animal that's your intuition is saying is the right one for you, listen to that, okay? Because it may not have even been in my deck. So connect to those energies. Let's continue the reading. We have a few more cards to pull. Okay, and then we have Kriya. Okay, so Kriya comes from Kundalini Yoga. Kriyas are specific, repeated actions that you do daily to get a result. So the one example that always comes to mind for me is there's a Kriya to destroy sleep, where it's like if you do these certain chants, yoga positions every day for a period of time, you like lessen your need to sleep. I don't recommend doing that one. I think sleep is very important. We all need sleep. However, what this is showing to me is a repeated action or practice will really help you to, like I was saying about the neural pathways, build that habit of seeing good, of really feeling abundant, okay, of feeling the options available to you, right? Scarcity is when we think, there's only one way to get what we want and we have to follow that road, or there's only one person in the world that will make us happy and we have to have that one person. There's only a limited supply of money and we'll never be able to get what we want, or we'll never be able to get the amount that we want, right? Scarcity is not seeing that there's so many options. There is 8 billion people on this planet. There are so many people that will make you happy, right? There are so many ways for you to make money. There are so many opportunities for wealth, opportunities for, whatever it is that you're wanting and desiring. It doesn't have to come through this tiny, limited channel that your mind can think of right now. Okay, so let's go back to these earlier cards. You need to build a foundation that supports abundant, positive thoughts. You need to build a foundation that allows you, like even the word totem here, right? That's a foundation, that's a structure, a firm pillar that will support you. So with Kriya, I think for you, find an action. You can look online, you can look at Kundalini Kriyas, and you can see if there's a specific one that resonates with you on YouTube or whatever the case may be. But I think for you, this is not to be taken literally to mean Kundalini. This is to build a practice for yourself that can create a new way of being. Sorry, my camera turned off. That feels abundant, that feels positive, where it's easy for you to notice the good in your life, where you can be light and playful and not bogged down by burdens. Okay? And then let's look at the last card that we have for you today, and we have Watchers, transpersonal. And like I said, I'm going to read this card because it's a new deck, and let's figure out what it truly means together. I could, of course, give you my interpretation. However, sometimes it's nice to just go with what the author meant. And that's what I'm feeling called to do today. So you have serendipity, right? This is connecting back to this lucky rabbit. The observer, witness. Transpersonal. When watchers appear, it is an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill. What have I been saying? Put your load down. Take a break if you need it. And take a deep breath. Find the witness within. The one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. Watchers show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You spend such a long time trying to correct the course of events and actions of others. Like I said, you are taking responsibility for other people. Let it be for a short while as you become the observer rather than the doer. The watchers invite you to break free from the linear, casual place of petty day-to-day life and rise to the divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter, the good around you, right, the positive things around you, produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only a sacred witness. Okay, so what you need to do is take a break from doing, take a break from forcing things to work out in your favor, and work on your mental attitude. Work on your ability to see the good. Okay, whatever that looks like for you. If you're lost and you really feel like you need more guidance, you need more spiritual guidance, send me an email, book a personal reading with me, and we can look more deeply into your personal spiritual healing. I have a plethora of tools and tricks to get myself into a positive way of mind, to heal things, and we can work one-on-one together to, figure that out for you. If that's something you're interested in, you do not necessarily need me to help you. Like I said, there's so much advice for you in this reading. The most potent will stand out to you, okay? And the animal spirit, I'm going to say this again because it showed up so many times, the animal spirit can help you find your way as well. So connect to the animals, connect to natures, connect to good, connect to blessings, and good luck. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Welcome, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you picked this guy, Cinder, then you are in the right place, and let's find out together what can help your spiritual healing. I'm going to flip all the cards over on screen for you, so we'll discover the answers together. Okay? Okay, so you have the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Cups upright, double sevens, could be lucky for you right now, and the Nine of Swords. So I feel right now you are very vulnerable to distractions, okay? You are very vulnerable to distractions and to fears, okay? You may feel like this guy right now just overtaken by the circumstances. I'm specifically getting like the circumstances of the world or the circumstances of the world around you. Okay, you may be spending a lot of your time just engaging in distractions and not really paying attention to yourself and your needs. Okay, and I feel like you're liable at this time to really take things very personally. Okay, if someone is to say something to you or to do something, or if anything happens around you, you're taking it really personal right now. Okay, so this is where you need some healing. This is what you need to work on right now. So let's see how you can address this thing. Okay, so you have 44. I'm going to double check what this is in my little guidebook. Because once I know what it is, I'll be able to tell you what it means. Okay, expectations. Okay, so this is a sigil. If you haven't seen this oracle deck before, the sigil is meant to represent the message of the card. So by looking at the sigil, by taking in the symbol here, you can also take in on a deeper intuitive level what it means. But I'll tell you right now, expectations is very easy to explain, right? You are thinking that things are going to work out in a certain way, that people are going to do certain things, and you're not voicing these expectations. So we all have expectations all the time in every frame of our life. But if you're not aware of your expectations and you're not, making them known when they need to be known, then you will be disappointed a lot. Okay, so you may not even know why you're feeling so anxious, why you're feeling so stressed, why you're worried, why you're on edge. You may just be avoiding that feeling and not even know where it's coming from right now. And it's coming from these expectations that maybe you're not admitting to within yourself. Okay, maybe you're not willing to see them or say like, yes, this is truly what I want or what I'm expecting will happen. Or maybe you're not admitting them to other people. Okay, so it's okay to have expectations. It's like I said, everyone does. It's natural. It's normal. They only cause you pain when you're not aware of them, and the people that you're expecting to do certain things are also not aware of them. So becoming aware of your expectations right now is key. We'll continue to look at the cards though and move on here. Okay, so we have the Dancer of Joy. What makes you feel joyous? What makes you feel happy, alive, in tune with the energy around you, in tune with yourself, in alignment? Okay, that is what you need right now. I'm also getting, like, if you can, being by a warm fire, being by a candle flame or a fireplace, very beneficial to you right now. Okay, spending time with the fire element specifically. But you need things that really give you joy. Okay, not just mindless distractions, but things that make you feel like, wow, it's good to be alive. I'm going to flip over more of these cards here. I'm putting this one to the side because we are going to look at the book for that one. I want to know what the author thinks for this, as it's a new deck. So we're going to look at the other ones. Okay. So we have the Voice. Okay, so liberating the memories of the past. Okay, so a lot of time expectations come from our past. If you were expecting, for example, my friend, she has a lot of expectations on men. She expects, like, if she does certain things they'll leave her or they won't want to be with her, right? You can have very negative expectations that just harm you and don't benefit you, right? And these can come from the past. So if you have negative expectations that are really bringing you down, like expecting things can't work out for you, or expecting the people you love can't love you back, or, you know, that money's always going to be really hard to get, or your health is always going to be bad, anything, you know, these are coming from the past. So spending some time releasing these memories, maybe spending some time with a journal or in a period of reflection, reflecting on what specific memories or circumstances cause these expectations, and if it's okay to let them go, right? If you're ready for that, if you can move on, because the future is always different. The future is not going to be exactly like the past. It's always different. Even if you're in like a repeated pattern, right? There are people who they always date the same type of person. Even if a lot of things are the same, they're still a different person. And so there are going to be differences. And we have to let go of the belief that it's always going to be like it was and that new things can't occur for you, because they definitely can. Okay, so you need to look over your past memories and see which ones are causing you pain. And if you can forgive, let them go, forgive yourself, whatever the case may be. Okay. Okay, and then we have Lemuria, reconnecting to the wisdom of your ancestors. Okay, maybe you are taking in too much information from people who don't really know. Our ancestors were honestly a lot wiser than we are today, because today we are fed so much information all the time. We don't have enough time for reflection. We don't have enough time to really integrate what we're learning and become wise about it. Whereas people, when they didn't have access to all this information, you know, someone would spend their whole life mastering one subject, one topic, and that would be it. That would be their life's work, right? So they really understood things on a truly deep level. Whereas nowadays we understand things pretty surface level. Okay? So connecting to the wisdom of your ancestors, that may be lots of fire as well. I'm just seeing that now. So going back to that fire energy. But this may be looking at your culture and what are passed down cultural beliefs, right? What are things that your culture used to teach years and years before the internet about whatever it is you have a lot of expectations on, okay? This could mean doing a prayer or an offering to your ancestors and, you know, connecting to them on a spiritual level as well. This could be talking to your grandma or your grandpa, if they're still around, you know, letting them feed you some information that can only be gained from years and years of life. I am also seeing so much blue energy for your pile. So I feel like your throat chakra, if you're interested in chakra work, could use some healing. You can do that with peppermint. You can do that by wearing or having the color blue around. You can do that with chants or looking up throat chakra music on YouTube and just playing it in the background when you're doing something else. Or if you meditate, you can meditate on the throat chakra. Okay? Let's see what else comes through. Throat chakra also will release your voice, right? And help you to speak up when you need to speak up. Let's see what else is coming through here. We have karma. Okay, so I feel like you expect to suffer with this card. I feel like you expect to be punished, or you expect things to go in a negative way. You have a very dark or depressing attitude about the things in your life right now. Yeah, so much energy here is showing me that you need to look into your past a little bit so that you can release it, right? Release your past. You know, you can look up like forgiveness meditations or forgiveness rituals, something like that. Find a way to offer yourself forgiveness. Journaling can be helpful too. You know, whatever it is that you're really holding on to here, and you're thinking you deserve to suffer for, or you deserve to suffer because of. Karma in this sense, I really don't think it's that you have any bad karma. I really think it's going back to this energy of you're punishing yourself. Okay? Rather than acknowledging the fact that you're having all these feelings of worry, fear, anxiety, whatever they may be, and dealing with them head on, you're punishing yourself. Okay? Maybe you're using a vice like alcohol, smoking, it can even be something simple as junk food, watching too many movies, playing too many video games. Okay, so sorry, pile 2, my camera died. I charged it a little bit, so hopefully there's enough time to finish up this reading. I do not remember where I left off. Hopefully it was a completed statement. We're just going to go on to the next 2 cards. I am super sorry about that. Okay, so after all the things we were saying about the past, bringing up the past and healing the past, okay, we also have herbalism. Okay, so there are herbs that can help you to do this. Sage is definitely coming to mind, either sage tea, burning sage, or sage incense, as well as, like I was saying, peppermint for the throat chakra. But I would look into herbs. You can check out this website called Resonance Apothecary. There they have many, many different plants that you can use for healing different things. So if there are any there that stand out to you, you can work with their plant essences, or you can find it somewhere else, right? Like in teas, like I said, or potentially a local store, or, plants, flower store, or something like that. But look for herbs that can support you on your healing journey. Maybe you have an intuitive nudge towards a herb that you've been called towards, or you'll see a synchronicity after watching this video. A herb may come up, in your social media feed, or, on YouTube or on TikTok. Pay close attention, maybe even just in like a movie, or someone might talk about it to you or in front of you. Pay close attention to any herbs that are mentioned, because herbs can be a really, really great way to support our healing, either consuming them, being around them, bathing with them, or, like I said, with something like sage, burning them. Okay, so herbalism, think about that, what that means to you. And then for the last card, we have Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility. So I'm going to read what this one says in the book for you, so we can see what the author's actual intention was. I could, of course, give you my interpretation, but because this deck is new, I feel like it's interesting to see what the author thinks. Okay, so of course, limitless possibility and embracing opportunity. When you look up in the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to hone in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose, and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky. Take small steps, small movements towards your calling. This glittering potential can be your reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers, Lumeria, your ancestors, and guides to aid you in bringing it to fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how best to serve you, and all of us at the same time, right? Reaching in to releasing those expectations and getting really clear about, things can happen outside of the way that you expect. Trust this as a fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true. for they surely will, exactly how you need them. So that is beautiful. If that isn't a positive message to end your reading on, then I don't know what is. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm so sorry about my camera dying there. Hopefully you got all the information you needed from this reading, and I will see you in the next video.